Hey, what's going on, everyone? I really appreciate you decided to click on my video today. That's what's up. And if you did click on my video, that means you're here to learn about Lucia. Alright, today I'm going to be going over her 5 best moves. And since Street Fighter V's been out for, I don't know, it's been over 5 years or about 5 years, somewhere around there. If you're clicking on this video and you're trying to get tips and tricks on how to level up, then I'm going to try to help you to level up as quick as possible without watching countless videos, looking up too much frame data and stuff like that. We're going to get you guys to the point where you're beating gold people. That's right. By the end of this video, mark my words, you're going to be beating gold players. That's right. I'm saying it right now. All right, let's get started here. All right, here we go. You know what? I realize this costume may not be appropriate. Let's switch it out to something more something a fighter would wear. There we go. Let's go and get this. Ah, there we go. Much better. This is much better. Perfect. But for real though. Let me stop. Let me get out. Alright, cool. Let's jump right into this. So Lucia is a rushdown character. So one of the moves that you're going to be using the most to implement her rushdown type of playstyle is her standing medium punch. Alright, the reason I put this at number 5 is because a lot of characters kind of have a medium punch that they can bully their opponents with, like Karine, Karen, Cammy, like all those girls are able to do it. Even Abigail has one. So it's really not that big of a deal that she has this one because a lot of characters have this type of move. But using her standing medium punch is able to lock your opponent down. You're able to basically get in your opponent's face, say, hey, what you gonna do? Don't be pushing buttons against me. Don't do that. Don't do that. So if they try pressing any type of button, even their quickest, I have Cammy set to do a light punch, her standing light punch, which is a fast, I believe it's 3 frames, which is one of the fastest, I believe the fastest move or a normal attack in the game. So you can beat out her standing light punch with another with another standing medium punch, or you can even do a crouching hard punch. You can even do a crouching medium kick. So basically, whenever she's doing her standing medium punch, you have to hold that. You have to basically sit there and kind of take it, and you can do some tick throws to throw off your opponent, to mix them up. So you gotta keep them guessing when it comes to this move. So it's really good. You got to use this move whenever you're in your opponent's face. That's how you get your opponent to kind of to basically fear having Lucia up close. The main takeaway from using standing medium punch, if your opponent blocks it, that leaves you 3 frames plus on block. So that means many times your opponent just has to continue to block and you can keep your pressure going. Alright, moving on to number 4. And this is her gun smoke attack. Essentially is her run cancel. So you're going to be looking at this move as a medium risk and high reward. The reason why this move is on the list is because it's high mix-up potential, and also the versatile moves that you get to use while performing this run command. So while performing the run command, if you press the punch button, you'll perform her shoulder attack. About this move it's really difficult to space it out. If you just perform it right in your opponent's face, it is -6 on block, so you have to be wary of that. And a few of her other moves are similar like this. If you just do their attack right in front of your opponent, you'll normally be negative and you can be punished. So one thing you need to remember is if you hit your opponent at the end of the attack, or basically at the very last frames of the attack, you'll get positive frames, or you'll be, I believe it'll be like -2, so you're not able to be punished. So you need to be careful whenever you're performing this move. And while you're playing Lucia, you'll get her spacing down. It'll take time, but eventually you'll be able to perform her run command and do a shoulder attack and space it properly, where you're able to get more combos. And also when you're doing her run command, her V skill 2, which I'm doing right now, if you do this attack, it's actually only -2, which is a great move to be put in her arsenal. So your opponent can't even punish it. Yeah, I have Cammy doing her standing light punch, which, like I said, is a 3 frame move and she can't punish it. So you can actually, if your opponent's getting too greedy or just trying to be too aggressive, you can decide to do an EX dragon kick or EX dragon punch with Lucia, and it'll just keep your opponent on their toes. That way they're just not just throwing out random attacks, and if they're just blocking, then you can go for a tick throw. The reason why this move is number 4 on the list is because if your opponent is constantly pressing buttons during your block strings, they're going to hit you out of your run cancel, making this move highly dangerous if you're constantly doing it in your opponent's face. So you need to condition your opponent to block more frequently. That's where your standing medium punch comes in, and that's the main purpose of standing medium punch. The more you condition your opponent with her standing medium punch, the more you'll get used her run cancel mix-ups. And you can also use this move to condition your opponent in other ways. I fought this one player knowing that he had reaction skills to punish my run, so I canceled the move early to bait out something unsafe. Next on the list we have her crouching hard punch. This is the amazing anti-air. In a game like Street Fighter V, anti-airing your opponent is crucial. And if your opponent is constantly jumping in, it lets them know that defensively you're unable to control your space. Knowing that, they'll take more risk with obvious jump-ins. Lucia has a Dragon Punch type move, but this one's just more reliable. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Next we have her Crouching Light Punch. This move is important because if your opponent block strings aren't tight, you're able to interrupt them with a Crouching Light Punch. It makes a really good counter poke up close. And it's essential to our offensive pressure because the move is +2 on block. Not too many characters have a 3-frame move. You may ask yourself, it's just a frame, no big deal. But 1 frame can make a difference between winning and losing sometimes. This Zangief follows up against uses forward medium kick and is actually -3 on block. So with that in mind, I was able to punish with their Crouching Light Punch. And I was able to punish him with decent damage enough to win the fight. Alright, last but not least, we have her Firecracker special as the number 1 slot for her best move. This move does it all. It has low fireballs for up close, it has a full screen fireball that negates other projectile attacks, it even has a fireball that can be lobbed up in the air to act as an anti-air in many cases. Using this version, you can even fake out your opponent by using the Fire Spinner special to kick the fireball at your opponent. It's so good for controlling spacing, and it helps assist you in fireball wars. So characters like Ryu and Guile, you're able to keep up with them if they're shooting fireballs constantly. And it's also effective at keeping the pressure in your opponent's face, because this move gets even better when you're up close with meter. Using the EX version, you're +3 frames on block using the high or mid attack version. And the proper spacing, you can be even more plus on blocks. And one thing you can do is using the EX version, you can run behind it as a simple but effective trick to getting into your opponent's face. Alright, that's going to be it. I know I'm missing some bread and butter combos and some other key moves. I may try to cover those in some other video. But using all these moves and tips I've shown you, your Lucia should be knocking folks dizzy until they're looking like Maroni Kenshin, sounding like, oh. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm off to go watch some anime.
You win.